Hello. Okay, apparently this might be working. I'm going to share it to a couple of places in case people actually want to be here where I am for chatting and so forth. So please bear with me while I do that. And then also, mute myself so I can stop listening to it because that's annoying. So 1 second. If there's anyone here, please tell me in the chat because then I'll actually know that I'm not just talking to myself, because as fun as that is, because people on Twitter said they would like a live stream. So if you actually do want to hang out, cool. And if not, this could easily be deleted, I'm sure. So let's see how we're doing. That. Also, can I just say that I don't like that I can only live stream on Chrome or one of the other things and not Firefox, because that's what I use. So I went to start it up and then it just wouldn't let me and I had to switch browsers. It was a thing. So let's see if anybody joins me. And if not, that's fine because I can always just delete this and pretend it never happened. Also, apparently Hangouts on Air is going away August 1st. So I'm going to have to relearn how to do this after next month, which, sure, why not? That's a fine thing. Okay. I also enjoy that I didn't mute myself on the other page. I just kind of made it mostly silent, which is not the same thing. There we go. Now I can't hear myself, which is preferable. All right, different browsers. Okay, so unless the internet is lying to me, there's one other person watching. If you would like to say hi, that would be cool, just so I know it's not lying, / know who I'm talking to, know my audience, can talk about whatever it is you want me to talk about, because honestly, I could just as easily not talk and could turn this off and go back to watching YouTube videos. But I'm on vacation and figured that somebody wanted to, hey, okay, perfect. So it's not lying. There is somebody actually talking. Cool. Again, I'm just going to give it a little bit longer because I didn't publicize this at all. It was just like, hey, I'm going to do a live stream, which means that it might just be me and Ashbish is how I'm going to pronounce your screen name because, sure. So, yeah, never know. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, again, I'm switching between browsers like a weirdo because that's what I do. But 9 people said they wanted me to do a live stream right now, so I'm doing it, and I hope they show up. Okey-doke. Ashley, okay. I figured you probably went by Ashley, but I was just trying to read what you said. So, good. That's nice. Hello. We might just have a very personal conversation, which I'm sure is fine by you, and it's pretty fine by me. Let's pop out this chat so I don't have to keep going back and forth between things, because that's preferable. And yeah, what are you reading right now, Ashley? Yeah, Tipsy vacation is good times. I mean, like, what else is there to do when you're hanging out on the opposite side of the country that you usually live in? The bride test. Okay, sweet. Yes, I do love me some Helen Wong, so I hope you enjoy it. my mom and I spent a good portion of the day in a local brewery here in New Brunswick. So I tried some things and we brought some things home, obviously. And yeah, Twitter thought it was a good idea that I just come on here and chat about book things. Sorry for the creepy basement vibes, but that's where I'm staying. So, because I'm in a province that actually has basements, here we go. There's also a wood stove for when it's actually cold, aka not this time of year. So that's a thing. Just gonna double check one more thing. Give you all the ASMR with my typing, probably. Okay, perfect. So yeah, to be clear, I'm not spending the whole vacation tipsy, but I did have quite a few samples of beer today. So I figured if any time is a good time to come on and just talk about books and or beer and or whatever you guys want me to talk about, I guess now's the time because the kids are sleeping and I'm in the basement by myself. So why not? But Kate just did another video. Getting notifications. I'm sorry. This is terrible. She just uploaded. She uploaded again. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to watch that later. Aw. So, okay. So, first, I just read Athena's comment about reading a book your grandpa wrote, which adorable. Love it. Okay, perfect. And then also starting Jurassic Park finally. I have not read those books, but would like to at some point because I obviously really enjoyed the original movies when I was a kid. I haven't seen any of the newer movies, strangely enough, but enjoyed the original movies when I was a kid. Finished Prideathon. I did, I think I did either 7 or 8 out of the 9 prompts. One of the prompts was to read the group book, which I had already read, so I don't want to count that I did it because I didn't do it during this month, but I have done it. And then one of the other prompts I didn't do, not because I didn't want to, but because I just forgot about that specific bingo board until yesterday. So I didn't happen to have read one of those books, but I did read a bunch of queer books this month. Actually, I think I read, as long as I finish the book that I'm currently working on, because I have a couple of hours left, and I think I have about an hour left of it. I think I read like 25 books this month. Let me just double check my spreadsheet. Oh goodness, it's so much that I have to scroll. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, as long as I finish the book that I'm currently listening to, I will have read 26, I think I counted books this month, and at least half of them were queer. So I'm happy with that. There are other things I wanted to get to, but just like every other month, there are things that I really want to finish, and then you don't because you don't have time. So as much as I would like to read all of the things all of the time, 26 is a ridiculous amount. If I started when I started BookTube, I was very worried that there'd like be a week where I didn't finish a book. So the fact that I finished 26 this month is quite enough for me, even if I didn't read all of the categories of things that I would like to read. My favorite from Prideathon. Um, Again, because I didn't let, because what I figured with Prideathon itself, I was like, well, I'm reading all these queer things anyway. I'm just going to naturally overlap on the challenges. Um, That's impressive. I don't understand how I did it, to be fair, Ashley, besides the fact that I don't have a social life. That's how it happened. My favorite thing, let's check, let's see what my 5-star reads were this month, because I read a lot of things I really enjoyed. Um, and I know some of them, but I don't want to not say one of them, if that makes any sense. So give me a second. to confer. Oh my word. Okay, this is too much. This is how it always is definitely near the top. It is like a family saga of these people living kind of in the Midwest of the States and then eventually moved to Seattle. And just the way it's the way it's written is beautiful. And it goes through a lot of different things that I feel were very applicable topics. So that is probably going to be at the top of my list. I haven't quite decided my ranking yet, so this is me ranking on the fly. I also really, really loved Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World and The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James, both by Ashley Herring Blake. They were beautiful middle grades. Absolutely adore both of those. Just love them so much. Okay. I'm gonna start crying about Ashley Herring Blake, which is a fair mood to be in at all times. We Set the Dark on Fire was also really, really good. I knew going into it wasn't going to be a standalone, but I still was just mad that I have to wait for the next book when it ended. Not mad, but you know what I mean. Seafarer's Kiss. I think it only has a companion novel, so it's sort of got a sequel, but it's pretty good as a standalone as well. It's a bisexual retelling of The Little Mermaid, which I just adored, with Loki. Loki is in it as kind of the Ursula figure, which makes sense if you read it. Yeah, I can't spoil things. There was a trans memoir that I read that I sobbed at several times, which I knew going into it I probably would because I knew that the subject of the memoir had passed away, but still, for whatever reason, just ended up bawling my eyes out. And that one was called Sore Adam Sore. It was very good. Bloom was amazing. Yeah, how this is how it always is probably going to end up being my favorite. But again, I haven't done my ranking yet because I'm gonna let spreadsheet mostly sober Kathy do that tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like I read so many like I didn't really hate any of the queer reads that I read, which is good because occasionally that does happen. Like you get something that doesn't vibe, or you can tell it was written by somebody who doesn't know what they're writing and they just wanted to include some diversity or whatever. So that does happen. Oh, hi, Disney chick. It's amazing. Yes, bisexual retelling of The Little Mermaid. With Loki in it. So as well, you've got your Hiddleston vibes if you want to picture him as that character, although it's not written in that way, so you can definitely picture it as just like Loki, the trickster god. He plays kind of the Ursula type of character, so like the main character goes to him or them because Loki is a very gender fluid character, which again, also a great aspect of it. So there was that. I mean, most things are better than the remakes. However, I'm sure there are some remakes that are also either as good or even better. I'm kind of interested to see the Child's Play remake that is coming out because I loved the crap out of Child's Play when I was a small child. So I will probably like this one as well. Also, Aubrey Plaza is in it, so very excited. I enjoy the new ones, but feminism took 10,000 steps back. Oh, okay. Well, that's just a reason for me to not watch the remakes. That and the fact that Chris Pratt's name sounds like a crispy rodent. Chris Pratt. That's all I can hear when I hear his name. I really liked him in Arrested Development, and then I didn't really love Peter Quill. So there's that. I mean, I didn't hate him either. The second movie wasn't a big fan, and that almost ruined a date I went on once. So there's that. Okay, I want to know more things that y'all have been reading because of books. I know it's not my joke, Athena, but yeah, crisp rat. I can't unhear it, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a problem. So there's that. Uh, It's definitely a dad joke from somewhere on the internet. I have no idea where, but does anyone have anything that they read this month that they really, really, really loved that I should read? Because I am always up to hear recommendations of anything, really, because I read all the genres. But if you specifically have anything queer, please let me know. We Hunt the Flame. Okay. Okay, perfect. We Hunt the Flame. All right. To the Goodreads. Sorry, you guys are going to bounce because I'm going to type on my computer. The Flame. Okay, first in the series. Always good to get into yet another series that I will hopefully maybe one day finish. And it's brand new, of course. People. Okay. Even within the first two lines of the synopsis, I'm like, yep, I would read that. Let's just put that on my TBR. Why not? Ugh. I hate when Goodreads just signs me out as though I'm not always signed into Goodreads. Like, come on, Goodreads, you know better than this. Okay, it's on my TBR. Perfect. DNF'd Unbroken. So, here we go. Short stories about disabled teens. What made you DNF it, Ashley? Just out of curiosity. Was the rep terrible? Was the writing just not what you wanted? I just like to know why people DNF things. Red George. I've heard so many good things about George. I'm going to maybe save it for, I don't know. It's weird to like save things for things, but I might be saving it for the next time we do Queerly Readathon because we almost always have the middle grade square, and I just didn't get to it this time because I read Ivy Aberdeen and then immediately read Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James. So it's just one of those things where I know that I will have a pick for that, and I haven't exhausted all of my options, and that's the one. So, but I've heard it's really, really good. So I would love to read it. I definitely grew up reading Charlotte's Web. So reading about a middle grader wanting to be in Charlotte's Web is definitely a thing that I'm going to enjoy. Just short stories in general. Yeah, it really, yeah. I'm the same about short story collections, especially if it's collections by several different people. You're going to have ones that you like the writing, and you're going to have ones that you're indifferent to or don't like the writing of. So I'm the same on that one for sure. Was it one author or more than one author? And then were they authors who have disabilities or just authors that happen to write characters who had disabilities? Just because I'm curious. Yeah, anthologies are hard bag unless it's like everything is amazing, which is hard to do because everyone's taste is a little bit different. So constantly just looking at things. More than one author. Honestly, not sure if the authors have disability. That's fair. I don't love those things. Oh, that's unfortunate. Disappointing was Love is Love graphic novel anthology. Oh, that's unfortunate. Again, anthologies can be a hard pass sometimes. I haven't read that one, but that's good to know just because, again, that's on my. I like to say my TBR as though that's an actual physical thing. It's really not. It's just like it's something in my knowledge of existence that I was maybe going to get to one day, but then people telling me that they didn't really like it bumps it down the possibility of me reading it soon, if that makes any sense. And again, I am just double checking that I understand how my live streaming works. If at any point my sound or audio or whatever cuts out, please just tell me because I'm not an expert on how this works. So I'm just checking. Cool. Okay, everything seems to be working. Okay. So yeah, those are the best things that I've read this month. So tomorrow, because tomorrow is my day, I do my weekly wrap-ups, but I am in a different location as previously established. So I want to film my weekly wrap-up and put it up like I always do every Sunday. But I also want to film my monthly wrap-up, which again, as we talked about, is 25 or 26 books, so that's going to take a while. And then I should also do my mid-year book freakout tag because I like to actually wait for the mid-year to happen before filming it, unlike a lot of other people. And also unlike a lot of other people, like a lot of other people are like freaking out, being like, "Oh, I'm so behind on my goals," and I'm like, my goal was 100 books, and I'm up to 133 or something like that. Like I'm fine. So it's never a freak out for me. It's really just like, hey, this is how the last 6 months of my reading has gone, and it's wonderful. So I would like to film all 3 of those tomorrow. I think that we are taking the nibblings to the zoo tomorrow. So I have no idea what my filming schedule is going to be. I think they're going to wake me up really early. I'm used to West Coast time and now on the East Coast. So I keep being like, I'm going to get up at 8 a.m., which in my brain is 4 a.m. And I don't. I just can't. I just can't do it. And my bed is really comfy, which is not me complaining. It's just me saying I can't get out of bed at 8 a.m. It's just not happening. But I think tomorrow I have to get up relatively early so we can drive at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to the city that has the zoo and then wander around the zoo and then come back. So I'm hoping to get all of that filming done in one go because it's way easier. If I don't, I'm considering actually filming some at the zoo, which will only be annoying because of audio quality, because it would be really fun to do the mid-year book freakout tag, like doing all of the questions like in front of penguins or in front of lions or whatever animals they have there. I have no idea. I've never been to the zoo before. But I don't know what the audio quality is going to be. But I caption all my videos, so in theory, you should be able to watch it. But I still worry about these things because if you start a video with poor audio quality, those who need audio quality won't keep watching it, which makes me sad. So there's that. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think that filming at the zoo would be really fun if I can remember to bring the questions with me and pull off locations where I don't feel like a total goober talking to my camera in front of animals. So it all depends on other people, whether or not it's raining, whether or not everything is loud. Like, I'll see what I can do tomorrow. I'd really like to do it vlog style. I'm also thinking about maybe doing my weekly wrap up in the car, just filming it in the car, because when we drive there, we're taking 2 vehicles. So my brother and sister-in-law and Nibblings will all be in the van, and then my mom and I will be in the car. My mom doesn't care what I do when she's driving as long as I'm not being disruptive to her figuring out where she's going. So I could just like vlog style it, but have not decided. Joshana, hello! You joined me. Um, Yep, we're just chatting about books and how I don't know when and where I'm filming while I'm here. How are you? Uh, it's funny because the library-a-thon Twitter is still on my phone. Like I never take readathon Twitters off my phone. So almost every day I see your tweets, but it's just because Library-a-thon has been like, hey, just Shauna tweeted something. And I'm like, yes, I know. Thank you for telling me. So, hi, Deshauna. I'm also very excited that apparently you are coming to BookNet Fest and might maybe be staying with us in our villas, maybe. I don't know. But I am very excited if you are doing that, or if you're just coming and I will see you, because yes, so excited. Um, that's just me, just being really excited about Deshauna. Just so everyone knows, she's great. I like her a lot. Gonna drink some beer. Yay, Desiree! Perfect. I love Desiree so much. She's hosting me the first 2 nights that I'm in Orlando, and then I'll be staying in the villas. And then she hosted me the last night as well, probably. I can't remember how my flights work with the villa schedule. But either way, I'm very, very excited. Yes, I'm so excited. Last year at BookNet Fest, I was staying in a room with some friends of mine, but the Tea Hags had their villa. And yeah, I was at their villa every night until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I would stumble back to my room where everybody was sleeping and just crawl into bed. So I will just have to go next door this year to go to where I'm sleeping, which is very exciting. So there's that. Yes. Jade. Okay. Yes. So many good people. BookNet Fest. It feels like the last BookNet Fest was honestly 5 years ago, and I've just been waiting for this one to roll around, but it's only been since September, and it's only September coming up. So like, oh, I'm gonna see so many humans I love in person and hug them. So excited about it. Yeah. Expect, assuming you're cool with hugs, Shoshana, pretty sure you are. Expect hugs, because it's gonna happen. Good. I'm so glad you finally got your flight. Yeah, I booked mine a while ago just because I try to book as early as I possibly can, especially coming from west coast of Canada to the east coast of the southern United States. It's costly. This flight was twice as much as it was last year, and I'm poor, so that was a thing. But I'm excited either way. Like it was gonna happen no matter what, so I might as well book it as soon as I can. Yay, hugs. Okay. I'm so excited about everything. I just I just want all of my book friends to live where I live, and none of you do. So we just need to hang out. Okay. Yeah, flight costs. Even just flying within Canada is ridiculous. Like half the time it's cheaper to fly to Europe instead, so why wouldn't you? Um, yeah, yeah. Like I honestly couldn't have come to visit my brother and his family if my mom didn't buy my flights. So it's a lot, but what can you do? Oh, flights. It also I'm also really glad it worked out because my mom bought her flights, and then after that I was like, "Can I come with you? Is that okay?" That type of thing. So I bought mine at a separate time as my mom. So we go to check into the first airport to come here, and they're like, "Okay, well, Kathy, here's your flight information. You have all of your seats already pre-designated. Joanne, which is my mom's name, you don't actually have a seat on this first flight, but we're going to try to get you on if somebody doesn't show up." And I'm just like, she bought her flights like 9 months ago. How does she not have a seat? How is it legal that you can oversell and then just decide who doesn't have a seat based on who didn't do the online checking? Like, check-in. Like, we didn't do the online check-in on the off chance that the two people, me and her, who wanted to check in together would maybe get seats together. Like, I'm very glad it worked out, but what? Like, mm, yeah, it was it was a very stressful amount of time until we got on that first flight, because as soon as we got on the first flight, everything else was fine. Although we got to the second airport, and then like my name came over the speaker, and I was like, what do they want from me? What did I do? And it was just this mom was traveling with her kids, and one of her kids was like very far away from her, and we're talking like little kids. And we're like, "Do you mind switching to a different seat so this small child can sit with their mom?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care where I sit. Put the small child with their mom. That would be great." So that was fine. Uh, uh, yeah, just I think all I can say is try to do the online check-in. Um, like the 24 hours ahead of time type of thing. Like I usually do that because I usually travel by myself, but we figured because we were traveling together and our tickets weren't booked together that maybe we should check in together on the off chance so we could get seats together. Because like when you buy flights these days, they're like, yeah, if you want to like pick a seat, you have to pay for every single flight, like a fee. And we're just like, we don't care where we sit, but like we'd like to check in together to see if maybe we can sit together. We sat together on the last plane. That's fine. We don't actually care about sitting together. We honestly would have just been like reading or listening to books or knitting or sleeping. Like, we don't actually care. And that's why flight of like, you might not get on this plane, because if she didn't get on that plane, we only had a 47-minute connection to the next flight. So like, if she didn't get on the first plane, she wasn't going that day, basically, which is nonsense because she booked it 9 months ago and they had already switched our flights. Yeah, flights. They are a thing. But it worked out. We got in. My brother picked us up from the airport at like midnight. The kids didn't know I was coming. The kids knew that grandma was coming. They did not know that I was coming. So when I woke up that morning and like felt awake enough to like not be a grouchy gremlin, I went upstairs. They loved the fact that, one, I was there, two, I had purple hair, and then the littlest one was very amused at finding that I had like pictures on my skin, because the last time I saw him, he was so little that like he wasn't even quite walking yet, and I had fewer tattoos, because this one's new in the back. The back of my leg is new, but like, I had tattoos before, but now I have more of them, so that was fun. Just making sure things still look like they're working. Okay, so my plan for the rest of this evening, I'm currently listening to Brave Face by Sean David Hutchinson, which is his memoir about growing up in the 90s with depression and being gay and how those things intersect, in his case, in any case. So I'm going to finish that because I would love to talk about it, one, in my wrap up tomorrow, wherever I end up filming that, and then two, in my monthly wrap up. So, participating upcoming readathons. Probably. I really wanted to do the bookie trials, but because I'm not near my library for the first 2 weeks of July, it just wasn't going to happen. Mostly because with that one, you don't have to do all of the challenges, but I think we know that I want to do all of the challenges. And because you're supposed to do them in a certain order, and I had no control over when holds come in from my like ebooks and audiobooks, I was just like, no, I can't do this one because I'm traveling the first 2 weeks. I just can't. In September, there's a Harry Potter related readathon that I think it's called House Battles. Let me just double check because I have technology to do so. Are you called House Battles? Yeah, so it's at House Battles. It's Hogwarts House Battles, and in September there are everybody can sign up based on their house, and then there's reading prompts, and you get certain amounts of points based on if you do the prompts. Blah 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 blah. So I'm going to do that in September. I'm currently doing sort of Queers Gone By, which is a 3-month readathon where not all of the books have to be queer, but all of the prompts are based on queer people. And if you read a book that fits that prompt, great. There are 75 prompts, so there are so many. But my strategy for that one is basically to read books and then go back to the list and see if anything I happen to have read fits any of the challenges. And then I figure probably in August I will start like intentionally reading books for challenges, if that makes any sense. And then, yeah, 75 prompts. It's because I think there were, how does that math work? Yeah, I think it was 75 prompts. It was either 13 or 15 people, and each of them had 5 prompts or something like that. It was a lot of prompts. I only did 10 of the prompts myself because I had 2 people assigned to me. But other people had other people, and it's a whole big 3-month thing. And then obviously Reading Rush is next month. So I already have most of my TBR planned out for that. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do for the adaptation challenge, because there's a lot of things where either I've already watched the thing or read the thing, and I would like to do something where I haven't already done one or both of those things already. So I'm still trying to figure that out, but I have books for all the other challenges so far. Yeah. Yeah, Reading Rush is the old BookTubeathon. So they changed it to make it more, I don't want to say accessible, but it's very close to the word I want to use. Basically, because BookTubeathon was always about BookTube, but they wanted to make it more about like all of the platforms. So like Book Twitter and Instagram and everything like that, and blogs. Blogs are also a big part of the bookish universe online. So they wanted to make it a name that didn't just fit one platform. So they changed it, which I'm very excited about. So, uh, and yeah. And I saw that you have a platform, and I saw, or not platform, a profile on Reading Rush, and we are now friends, which is good because we're friends. Um, but yeah, I think those are the only readathons that are really on my radar for the next little while. Like I said, I really wanted to do bookie trials, but it was just not going to happen with my being here and away from my library and that type of thing. So it happens. I'll have to do it next year. I'll feel behind when I do it next year because that's just the way it's going to go. Yeah. Oh, TBRs. TBR. I love making TBRs, but again, I have to be near my library and have access to it, and I just don't. I have so many books downloaded right now from my library that I'm just like, I need to read more. Which is not a thing you get to do a crap ton of when there are small children running around at all times. So um, I'm gonna attempt to get some things done in the first 2 weeks. That being said, it's me, so I'll still read and listen to at least one book a week. Probably more than that. Well, let's be honest with ourselves. Um, But yeah, I think those are the only readathons that are really, really on my radar for the next little while. I really enjoyed doing Summerathon and just doing one book for all of the challenges because I knew I was traveling. So I had my Summerathon reading vlog up like day 2 of Summerathon because I was done. I finished the one book. I did all of the challenges. It was good times. So that's in my profile if people want to look at it. But like I was saying, I need to finish the book that I'm listening to so I can talk about it tomorrow whenever I get filming time. Um, I'm also going to have to figure out how to film in this location. Like, this isn't terrible lighting on my webcam, so this might actually work. Although I'll probably turn and face towards a wall instead of the Murphy bed and the stove. But who knows? I don't know. I will try to film at the Zoom tomorrow if that actually works out. I mean, the 3 people watching right now, will know if it worked out or not when it shows up. So there's that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I have felt kind of disconnected from all of my online things because I'm in a different time zone and I'm not able to like make videos in my own space, and I haven't had as much time for watching videos because paying attention to the humans I never get to see because they live on the other side of the country. So thank you so much for joining me. I am going to go and read some things, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.